say 9 o'clock and you're not in.
When I look around in the world, what do I see? I see footprints that man have left on the sand while walking through times. I see fruits of our ambition, figments of our imagination, and I ask myself, when will it end? When will it end? It is plain to see, universally this land is not bountiful as it was, simply because in this quest for success, nothing stands in man's way. All rivers run dry, soon the birds won't fly, the mountains will be no longer high. And when I
Really think of it,
yes,
I just wonder why.
I see charity deployed,
9 o'clock somewhere.
well right, totally ignored, wisdom and ingenuity working in accord, simply to afford such inventions as thermonuclear warfare and environmental warfare. And I wonder now, where do we go from here? Traffic's everywhere. Gaze upon the horizon and declare that judgment will come. And the savage hands of unscrupulous men defile everything passed by. Time is running out.
As we eat and drink, species at the brink of being extinct.
And I think no one can deny that
The price of progress is high.
Really, really high, high, high. I see consciousness abate has to be given recklessly. Money make egos inflate and thereby create a turbulent state. I see a struggle between the sexes, new hang-ups and old complexes. Now the question is, right in context,
What shall be next?
I've already seen
This world has come divided between race, color, creed, and class.
and some of the things
The scriptures predict
how it
truth
truth
will come to pass. Soil that wouldn't bear children making children to be a part of this growing mass. And I ask, if this is progress,
Lord,
how long will it last?
how long would it last? How long would it last?
Progress. Wednesday, the 31st of January.
I see craziness increase, bogus dreams and corrupt police. No peace, the struggle don't cease as man turn to drug, searching for relief. I see a frightened humanity, a sad and confused society, and it saddens me. How shall it be in time to come? Can this world withstand this constant misuse and abuse by the hands of man as they try to shape this world in a way to fit in with all their plans? Time is running out as we eat and drink, species at the brink of being extinct, yes. And I think no one can deny that the price of progress is high, real high.
sharing the video, excuse me. Austin Lions, Blue Boy.
Listening to a prayer meeting, Baptist people preaching, with a leader in front of people shaking.
So I tell my partner, boy, let me get closer, because I tell myself I'm hearing soca. They're band the song, you know.
It was something to be spiritual. To me it was more like Bacana.
Oh, Lord.
But they dancing, some jumping out the time. If you see Baptist or mankind, oh, not singing, whoa, like
Soca Baptist, like Soca Baptist.
like soca Baptist, whoa, like soca Baptist, like soca.
There's a line in this song, I love it, boy. Coming on. In his day, Blue Boy couldn't touch him. Marshall and his Joe.
Just then a power take me, force me to a crazy. So they embrace my hands and start to spin me. But I created problem.
I start to fight with them.
So the spirit in me, they had no mercy. When they see I really give me trouble, the preacher laid hands on his Bible.
Oh, Lord.
For chapter 2, verse 4, Psalm 156, which was over and Baptist mix. Oh, Lord, singing, whoa, like soca Baptist, like soca Baptist, like soca Baptist, whoa, like soca Baptist, like soca Baptist, whoa.
So, this is the plan. Dan, the show is supposed to start at 8 o'clock and I know that. So I tell, there is a meeting that wanted to happen at 7:30. But I say, I can't attend the meeting because the show is 8 o'clock. But I was convinced that the meeting is important. So I had to tell everybody the show starts at 9 o'clock. And at 7:15, find out the meeting move to 10 o'clock. So the show can be 9 o'clock and finish 10. So I have to pull the show back up at 8 o'clock and take all the talk. So give me talk. But I know the world wrong. And it is daylight here. It's nighttime here and it's daylight somewhere else. And somewhere between here and there, it's already 9 o'clock. But anyway, so we have problems. I get calls today that said, I kid you not, that they are going to call a state of emergency in 4 weeks. And I said, that's madness. Nobody plans a state of emergency 4 weeks in advance. Nobody is that foolish. Nobody telegraphs. You don't call the bandits on the phone and say, listen, tomorrow we're raiding all your area, so brace, we're coming for you. You don't do that. If you read Sun Tzu, The Art of War, the original author of The Element of Surprise, and I watch all them PLM puppies walking with The Art of War, I know it's optics, you know. I know it's for the media camera, because I know half of them never read that. I know that. I know. But in case he really called a state of emergency in 4 weeks, I will laugh. I'll tell you why. Because that's only to pressure the law-abiding. If you tell the bandits that we deal with crime after carnival, well, oh God, man. You see, it's time for them to admit defeat. When you're in the wicket and you know you can't make the runs, oh God, declare them, man. Declare, save everybody the time. You know you can't make the runs, you can't make it, kid. You're there and you pelt some bat. We watch you, you pelt some bat. You're making the runs. Game over. There is nothing Oh God, Kita, I see you buffing me. Let me tell you something here. Today and yesterday, I'm having a week from hell. And I want to tell you, send me a text or a WhatsApp with your number now, Kita, and I'll call you after the show. I'll do my endeavor best. All the people, I tell you, I'm getting to sleep these days. You know, my life is not my own. And you see today, if you ever heard of Murphy's Law, because my entire day today, there's a saying, anything that can go wrong will, at the worst possible time. That is Murphy's Law. And today, well, Murphy was running the show. So Kita, I apologize to you, darling. And let me tell you something. I will link him up. If it is at all possible, girl, and I say this to you, the best time for anybody to link me politically is Saturday in that office. So tell him, please, if he could, make some time, come Saturday now. Because I don't like you thinking that it's hard for you to reach me. It can never be hard for you to reach me. But I want to tell you, my mother saying the same thing. My father called me 11 o'clock last night. He said, send me a picture now, we forgetting what you look like. Hey boy, them people mouth hot. I remember once, an employee working with me, he said, boss, these hours we working here. You're killing me. And I said, why, what happened? He said, boss, my own dog barking at me, my children calling me uncle. You had to let me go home during daylight. And that makes sense. Or you know that one too. Eh? Well, if only know all the jokes, I ain't gonna tell no more jokes again. I ain't gonna tell no more jokes. Hear me. We're dealing with all kind of madness in this crazy town. Trinidad, like a bizarre world now, you know. Nothing in this country works. There are people in Trinidad today, Wednesday night, trying to get to Tobago since Monday morning. Understand, that is more time than it takes to put a man on the moon. We are missing everything. Listen, nothing is working. And if you could still stand up to your waist in shit and still be saying, well boy, we gave the PNM a chance, let me look back by the UNC. All you deserve all your shit. All you deserve all your shit. If your neighbor on the left house burned down and your neighbor on the right house burned down, but you driving a Bimmer and you're cool and you feel fire ain't gonna find you, rock back and pause. If you feel fire ain't gonna find you, rock back and pause. Because as Bob Marley say, Robert Nesta Marley say, when rain fall, it don't fall on one man's house. But we in this country have a kind of selfishness. I just watch the stunters. They ass dragging, they ball in pressure, but as soon as they get a hand out, fire truck everybody else. And that ain't no problem. But just be careful that the toes you're stepping on today, connected to the ass you are at tomorrow, is the same people that you pass going up. You're passing when you're coming down, you know. These same people, and watch me, Endeavor Best is a Trini thing, and that's the name of tomorrow night show. We will do our Endeavor Best. So I don't get back to me for talking Trini and the language. And you see for the grammar police, all you slow, all you roller, because language serves one purpose. It is to communicate. And if I say something and you understand what I'm saying, we've accomplished language's purpose. If the Queen's knickers get in a twist because I say Endeavor Best, the Queen had to wrestle with that. But I know that modern English is a bastardization of Latin and other languages. So look at Miss Me with your bullshit. Because you went in a school and you learn everything by rote and you could regurgitate now, don't play grammar police for me. I have Google too. Just now, the art of writing will be gone. Writing replaced chiseling in clay. Writing on papyrus and then paper. And we wrote for years. But now we type in. We type in. When you watch the young generation, is there two thumbs? I tell you all, if Darwin correct, 2 generations that come thumbs getting long like the rest of your fingers. Because when you watch them children, on them smartphones, texting, they don't want to call. It's quicker for them to talk by text. And I watch them, and I there with my one finger trying to and misspelling every word. And you know what is the funniest thing? Autocorrect, no. correct somebody in autocorrect know that nobody ever meant ducking. Nobody ever meant ducking. Nobody ever say I fed up of ducking you. They didn't mean ducking. But autocorrect playing with me. I want what I type. Sure, I want to turn off autocorrect because my jackassness is easier to understand than some of the jackassness autocorrect is put for me. And I never mean ducking. So if you get a sentence from me and it includes the word ducking, go up, scroll up 2 letters. But anyway, come back to this. Andrew John, don't be singing on the live. Look, Shara come to buff man. Shara, I said 9 o'clock British time. We early. It had to happen if you take a rewind on the rerun and you will see that there was an explanation. Anyway, there are people in this country, Trinidad and Tobago, who have been isolated and cut off from their homes for almost 4 days. Because the Port Authority told them, if you're lucky, you're getting it tomorrow. So they had to, there's a Trini saying, cock their ass. You know what's a real Trini saying that I read it in a text and I laugh, eh? Study ahead. Study ahead. Now, if you're not from Trinidad and somebody tell you, study ahead and get back to me, you have no idea what that person just say. Study ahead. Study ahead means think about it and come back. Study ahead and get back to me. Study ahead. And when I watch it, but we is Chinese. We talking Chinese. I don't want to be here talking somebody else's language. Every country. English, modern English was patois for a while. Modern English was patois for a while. I am getting some of the weirdest messages these days. And David Tardy, right, I don't give a flying duck. Study ahead, not steady head, Dave Lux. Dave Lux, I know, you see how Stalin sing a song, Peter Wait, Peter Wait? When you reach by the pearly gate, Dave Lux, Jesus will show up. Peter, wait. I dealing with that one. You with your slack self, Mr. Dave Lux. You. Did anyone read about the Bloomberg report? Rollins Henry? Everybody read it. It's viral. We know. Bloomberg didn't need to tell us, But Bloomberg need to tell, and I almost posted last night, in the United States, especially in their police departments, they have something called a BOLO. B-O-L-O. They put a BOLO. That means be on the lookout. BOLO. It's a BOLO. And I wanted to put a BOLO out for the Minister of National Security and his 2 sidekicks. Because we are hearing from, what to call them? I don't know. Missing in action. The Ministry of National Security, the minister jumped out one night when they thought the nation was going to riot about that little black boy who had get burned up in that car. I tell all you, every now and then something does happen in this country, and it's feel like people just reach duck it. Duck, we'll use duck on this. They duck it, fork it, fire truck it. And I think when that little black boy had get burned up in that car, the whole of Trinidad feel that boy. The whole of Trinidad. And you could have sensed it. You could have sensed Trinidad had reached. We had reached. The last time I feel the pulse of the nation beat so hard like it wanted to trip itself was when that gentleman had to beat around on the lawn outside the General Hospital and expire. Without mercy. Without humanity. The last time I feel Trinidadians' pulse beating, your heart, you could nearly see it through your shirt, was that time. And this time, it was louder. I remember when that little boy had his throat cut and they showed that picture of the mother crying. I feel the pulse of the nation. Chinese vex. They vex. And they're ready, they're ready to say, you know what? Fire truck all of this. Done. And you see that little black boy who got burned in that car? It hurt, boy. It hurt you. They run and they send out all kind of nasty misinformation, and the boy tried to call him criminal, tried to shame the victim, all kind of shit. And we wasn't taking that. Because that hurt we, boy. That is a little child. That's a little child. And regardless of what he doing, no matter what you tell me this child doing, society fail. And government set the tone and the tenor for society. And I felt that day when that went viral and people get video of that car burning, and the picture you see is that little boy body trying to crawl out that car burned to death. Dylan gets scared. Rowley gets scared. They send Dylan on the People TV. They've crossed the line. Crossed line my ass. The whole country heard you speak and stoops at you. You, Edmund Dillon, made an entire nation stoops one time because we knew you was stunting. We knew you was talking shit. We knew you was just taking advantage of the moment. We knew you was just here to talk a crocus bag of ass, and we ignored you. You say you're drawing a line. Somebody else you draw that line with chalk. Somebody else you draw that line with chalk. The reality is we there, you know. I feel there no leadership. Nobody that call it. Nobody that call it. You're starting to get text on your phone. Chinese fed up. Chinese fed up. Even the protective services fed up. The 1% fed up. Nobody in this country likes this government. Nobody. And everybody looks across the other side and suck their teeth when they realize if the only choice is red jackass or yellow jackass, Kobo shit on we. Same shit, different day. Because you can't tell me 55 years later, this is we. Come now, man. Come now, man. And you see the people who still want to be talking PNM and UNC, don't just ignore them, eh? Ignore them with malice. Isolate them. Tell them nothing. Leave them in the shit. Screenshot the bullshit. So when you see the wolf reach the door, when rain wet their house, when fire burn them, show them. See this factory I was talking? Come back to bite you. What we was telling you, wolf roaming. But you ain't wanna hear. You ain't wanna hear. It's serious. And you can't blame the people committing crime when the society failing them too. I had to tell somebody today, them boys that jump over your wall to point gun at you, you is victim and them is victim too. And the victimizers laughing all the way to the bank. In the third wealthiest nation in the world, we can't run shit. Nothing working. Nothing working. We just appoint a new president to replace powerless president. This one equally powerless. Jackass stunting in parliament saying, hold your hand. Don't swearing nobody. Swearing freaking who? Who have power? Who accomplishing anything? What freaking difference does it make? How many stunting asses on the Police Service Commission if the Police Service Commission can't understand that if a man didn't apply for the job, you can't recommend him for the job because there was a system and you can't even follow your own mother-ass system. So what does it matter who they appoint? What? What does it matter who they appoint to the EBC? The EBC don't give a flying duck. Fred that rainfall and get him an hour. On whose rules? By which authority? Fire truck that. This is do what the hell you like, land. I didn't think tonight would be a bacchanal talk night. Huh? People just tell me, Phil, talk soft now. Massage we head, kiss with we ears, tell me everything going to be all right. I am very sorry. That is not my role. You will get unadulterated truth until you get silence. Nowhere between there will you get bullshit? They have other people. They have Rhoda Barrett, Justin Phelps, Alan Karim, Drusilla Karim, I wonder if they're related, Johnny Tune, Inshan Ishmael. They have stunting jackasses paid to lie to you. It's not my role. If you don't like how I discuss, go and listen to well-crafted bullshit. I see this beast-faced girl post on Facebook. Like we forget we own Hilton, so we have to maintain the pool. That's not the point. That's not the point. Where did we get a statement that says Hilton is net profitable? And if we add 7 million to the 12 million we get from Hilton every year in the economy, it'll go from 12 to 20 million. Spend the money. But don't just pelt out the money and we don't know if it's going down in a hole. Don't do us that. And I posted it on Facebook. I don't care about the $7 million on the pool. I told them, I don't care about the $7 million on the pool. Tell me about the 12,000 US dollars that we spend in every single day on Maxi Coffee stunted in Washington. We ain't talking that. We ain't talking that. Because you see, jackass, what we forget, the amount of marauding madness going on in this country, same shit, different day. Calco have the contract, boy. Kamla Calco have the contract for Manzanilla. Kamla Calco that they call cartel in Maracas, fire him, sue him, start money flowing, get a man Manzanilla contract. What the ass going on here? What is going on? And I want to ask you a simple question. Because one day, Tony Sabga's granddaughter-in-law messaged me, Phil, we need help. We can't get water. And I had to solve that for them. And that's when I realized, in this country, there are no 1% and 99%. Let's get them jam. They have crooks and the rest away. And some of them crooks start off when government come in office, bouncing check all over the place, 1 or 2 backhoe in the yard, falling apart, all of a sudden they own billions. So there wasn't 1%, and stop thinking and distracting yourself with that bullshit too. Because I vex about the disproportionate allocation in the foreign exchange. I vex that the central bank governor seems to be drawing money under false pretenses. I vex that there is a position called the financial ombudsman, but I don't know who he is, where he is, or what the ass he doing. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with those things. And we need to stop being distracted by foolishness. NIDCO laying off people. The same NIDCO that gave the $400 million contract. Stay woke. Pay attention to what is going on. But we're not doing that. We must bust carnival and all your mother ass, all who stunting in all of them party. I hope the world find all your first. Because all they was to bust this carnival. They was to stand up and hold the beads and the feathers and ball. You was to stand with the rest of Trinidad and Tobago. Don't tell me this is my time. This is your time. Asami had a time. And they lower she in the ground. Don't tell me about your time. We want to fix the nation. We wanted to send a message. We wanted to tell them that the people could get together and stand together for the country. Don't come and tell me what is your time to party. We were supposed to tell them this song is a lie. But because you spent 3 months in the gym and you dropped some weight, you want to go and stand. Fire truck Trinidad.
Like a new machine, like morning dew, fresh on the scene, I make a party to the full extreme, and light it up with gasoline, all on the city.
The man wrote a song to show us how ridiculous we are. That the nation could be burning down. We will whine to the crackle of the fire. And you know we jam to that too. Somebody tell me today, don't call people jackass, then go vote for me. I don't care. Listen now, I keep telling you all, let this election come now. Vote PNM or UNC into office. I go on and laugh. Listen, like I said, once I was in Hilo West Small, before it became Massa, I was in Hilo West Small. And a strong earthquake hit, things started to fall off the shelves. And I in the yard. And people come outside after and they're laughing. I said, brother, let me tell you something. I don't want to be one of them people that they're digging out from the rubble. I out one time. We in Trinidad and Tobago are like this because we full of shit. And anybody who think that I doing this for votes, listen to me carefully, very carefully. At no point you're going to be fooled. I'm telling you, the public service needs shrinking, privatizing, repurposing, retooling to profit. Kamlan Keith wouldn't tell you that. URP, CPEP, HDC, all are gone. We're not leaving any jobs behind. We will make sure that people are gainfully employed. But no more stunting and voter padding and leash and collaring and dragging you behind we ass and saying, I can't vote for nobody else because I got lost my work, my back at the Murray and my HDC house. That's what they do. This is what they do. But you cannot, in good conscience, be having a good time at Carnival when 500 people were murdered last year. 62 people. While you jamming, 62 dead. This is a country where a cricket match was playing in the Oval and a man dead in the stands. And what the news carried is everybody run out the stands to the playway booth to play dead man. And guess what? Dead man come. And they say God don't have a sense of humor.
Just hold them and walk them. 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 Just hold them and walk them.
Get him.
Hold them and walk them.
Bend them over and get him.
Hold them and walk them. No, we don't business. Hold them. No, we don't business.
You see how nice I look at my costume?
We get on like they
Get
don't
up.
business. We up like they don't business. We up like they don't business. Hold them. No, we don't business. Hold them. No, we don't.
The people who sharing now as answer rough. From tomorrow onwards, there are new communication regulations, all calls recorded, all phone calls saved, WhatsApp is monitored, Twitter. And I was telling them one time, stop sharing bullshit on social media. So, Phillip, you know, love me? I love you. But think, nah, man, you have freedom of speech. Instead of sharing shit like that, share the Constitution, get irate. Say, in case these stunting jackasses try this, are taking the mother ass to court. That is where we need to reach. It's just a man who still that. They are not training baby women. They just have greedy people. PNM crooks and UNC crooks. Don't look to label them. Just crooks. Bend down, bend over. Your foot all up in the air, she touching, she toe, she holding, she ankle, and it's like asses. We're looking like dogs rotting in a party, and we calling that dancing, you know. I see a girl post a video, how to do a push-up wine. Well, boy, that is a slack waist. I wouldn't know what to do with that. That would injure me, and I'm telling you up front. But how did that become a skill? How did that become a skill? Do you know that while we whining, India went from, besides being the largest democracy in the world, India was the largest slum. India was a failing nation. literally a failing nation. Do you know India is the 6th wealthiest nation in the entire world now? Progressive people taking responsibility for themselves, their homes, their neighborhoods, their communities, getting together, working in harmony, and pull that country from the brink of ruin to the 6th wealthiest nation. And watch me, they ain't done yet, you know. They ain't done yet. India, they said 20 years ago, France is America's boutique, and India is the call center. The script flip. And in quick time, Americans will be working for the East Indians in India. Right now, there are more patents for information technology in India than any country in the world. What we doing? What we doing when we time?
Just hold them and walk them. 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 Just hold them and walk them. 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 No, we don't business.
Press them in the ground.
No, we don't business. Look at our life, you don't business. Look at our life, you don't business. Free our life, you don't business.
Why no decrease from in your pants? I see a fella pour wine on a girl and telling you something. If she had chewing gum in her pocket, they chew it without moving it. They finish chewing. And look here, that's coffee. No, I drink water. I'm drinking 1% water. Hear me. I ain't saying don't bend down, touch your toe, wind back. I ain't telling you don't do them things. I'm not saying no. But you have to understand time and place. If you're doing that while your house on fire, you'll get burned. At some point, it's not making sense. At some point, you'll say, and as I ask people, if you come in your house with groceries in your hand and you see a rattlesnake in your kitchen, do you go business as usual, pack away your groceries, then deal with Mr. Rattlesnake? Or does Mr. Rattlesnake jump the queue? And I just ask him. Do things seize priority? Do they? Because you can have, and I'm telling you this, Progressive Empowerment Party government come to government and we start to fix shit. Take 5 carnival, once a month, once every other month, take a carnival. Jump where you want, jump into the sea, splash, because you know your home safe, because your job safe, because your neighborhood safe, your children safe, your elders safe, your country safe. You know the borders secure, they are stuffing the containers on the port, no more smuggling, police highly paid, incentivized, motivated, bonus for prosecution, and all the rogues suspended, prosecuted. You know that the public service, the entire top chop off, we move all them shit on stunting artists, and all of a sudden when you're going licensing office, good day sir, what are you here to do today? That when you turn on your tap, you're surprised. You're not surprised, you're proud. Just like Fitzgerald was when he was in England, that water flew out of that tap every time. So the jackass said. That's what the jackass told Hamer. And Hamer broke for the news. Hamer, who wants to be a journalist, didn't say, hold up, you are the Minister of Public Utilities. You have responsibility for that. What are you doing? But Hamer couldn't, because Hamer works for Sabga News Network. And the same Sabga News Network that owned Hamer owned Fitzgerald Hines. So them can't talk that shit. The Express today published this jackass Fitzgerald Hines, and he's been calling me all the time, you know. Because we reached to that level. We reached to Fitzgerald. We passed through, you know, it's like we level up. In 1 year, we passed through the Rhoda Barretts and the Inchan Ishmaels and all them shittongs at the bottom. The real bottom feeders. We passed through them, and then we reached Justin Phelps and Fitzgerald Hines. It's only a matter of time before Farris and Rowley had to go on TV and call up my name. You see, today, They launch a program where they're going to be using the homeless, the indigent, and the unemployable to help pick up plastic bottle for bonus and reward. And people say, oh, they're disgusting, eh? Say that is a PP policy or the thief in that. Anyway, Fitzgerald Hines speaking about Ralph Marage. Look how far. Look how far. And he want to compare Ralph Marage to me and the pep rally, and what he says was a small turnout. Because he needs to do that. You see, they need to marginalize us. But that jackass, that verbose, eloquent, dictionary swallowing jackass, tell him do a live video now. Tell him do a live video. Talk for an hour unscripted, you son of a bitch. Fitzgerald Hines, you think you could debate me? I will make you piss your pants and wipe it up with that fake rasta you have. I am telling you, you all are full of shit at any point in time and any time. I will debate you in Balize House and I will humiliate you. My one condition is it must be televised live, because when I'm done, tap out of politics, brother. I called today the Express and I said to the operator, let me, please allow me to say up front, this conversation is being recorded. This is Phillip Edward Alexander and I would like to speak to the editor. Well, partner, I'll get chance for one time. So talking to the assistant to, what's she name? Who not there. But she take the whole story and say, you know what? The man who made the decision is a fellow named Patrick Eiffel, and she patched me through to Patrick. And me and Patrick had a long conversation. Now Patrick agreed that it was not right that he got away with that, because I said the Express had a duty of care. If it is free and fair media, the Express had a duty of care to say slow down. We cannot publish that unless we get Mr. Alexander's position on what you say. But they didn't, and that was wrong. Because if you are real journalists, and if journalistic ethics and integrity matters to anybody, if the bullshit Ken Gordon says 6 o'clock in the morning, when one Caribbean media pulling up their pants and they zip, come on man, at least make it real. So he said to me, write him an official letter to the editor, and they will publish it as a retraction. Those of you who did not read it on my wall, this is what I wrote, because Mr. Fitzgerald Hines, you see, let me tell you what's the mission now. The mission now is, okay, Phillip not gay and he's not impregnating everybody. He's no longer a con artist. He is no longer a joke. Take this son of a bitch serious. Now the problem is his party. His party is small. They can't, party size, but it's not the size of the party, it's emotion in the ocean. But anyway, they want people to think that the party is irrelevant, and they need, that is their message, that is their point. So we need to prove that wrong. And after your carnival, brother, I will call a protest in front Balize House, and hear who I call in, all of the survivors, all of those left to mourn, all of the people who died in January. I will choke you with people. But Fitzy, this one's for you. To the editor, Express newspaper, thank you, editor, for the opportunity to respond to Fitzgerald Hines' unnecessary and erroneous attacks against me in my capacity as interim political leader of the PEP. I believe Mr. Hines is suffering from memory loss when he sneeringly refers to political meeting crowd sizes. I was there in Bones Road in St. James when the PNM under Keith Rowley could not get 50 seats filled. But it is understandable as Hines was not there. I was also at Pigot's Corner in Belmont when 13 people turned up to hear the then veteran of 30 years in the parliament, opposition leader Keith Rowley. But Hines would not know because again, he wasn't there. The Progressive Empowerment Party is a one-year-old party, and the fact that we are measuring our crowds in hundreds and not thousands speaks volumes to the popularity of a still brand new party, as many others have never been able to do the same. While I wish we had the deep pocket finances that would have allowed us to fill maxi taxis and buses with paid attendees as both the PNM and UNC do, or have Ansel Roger and David Abdullah pad our crowd sizes with unionized labor, we don't. As with everything else with me and the PEP, what you see is what you get. No hidden agendas, no tricks, no fancy words that amount to nothing. The question here, on the heels of all of this unprovoked attack by the politically deflating Hines is, can he or his leader say the same? I will leave that for your readers to answer. Thank you for your time and column inches. Best regards, Phillip Edward Alexander, Interim Political Leader, Progressive Empowerment Party. "55 years of independence, 56 this year. More than half of the country still does not have running water, but we've spent $1 billion. 55 years later, we've spent billions of dollars on national security. All we have to show for it is a failing police service, an army training for an attack that will never come. Nobody knows exactly what they're training for, but train their ass anyway. And you see, I have to talk like this because everybody knows that you have no choice but to repurpose that army to civil defense. Right now, the war going on. The war is being fought in this country right now, and the army that trained for the war missing in action. Now tell me, where are we going from here? I wake up this morning. Every morning I wake up. The first thing I start to do is check all the messages people send me during the night while I was sleeping to see what burned down, what break, and who dead. And this morning my whole WhatsApp was prayers to St. Francis, begging for mercy. And I had to say, the whole country on their knees. The whole country on their knees. The people have no faith in government anymore. They're praying for salvation. Where are we going? You had to ask yourself, where are we going? When they attack your peace of mind, when it reaches you, and you start to do all the things that you have to do to restore your peace of mind, is then you understand what I am saying, you know. Because you ain't get wet yet, don't mean rain ain't falling. True talk. We have a situation where we could use the helicopters to pick up stranded people from a height, no problem, I have no problem with that. But police can't use the same helicopters to fight crime. Now you tell me, just tell me, same shit, different day. Because all of them who standing on the sideline talking about what Kamala bill, the health sector is still shit. The police service still failing. The jail system in this country is a human rights atrocity. Our court system failing. Water failing. Food production. The agriculture party couldn't plant a ass. Nothing in this country works. Nothing. Government doesn't work. Police doesn't work. Army doesn't work. The president doesn't know what he or she job is. And come back to this, because Jason Jones, and I'm waiting for Jason Jones to tell me what was the outcome of that case, because Jason Jones is a homosexual activist fighting a homosexual law, and all of a sudden they appointed a set of homosexuals into high public office that breaking the law. We are a bipolar nation. If you have homosexuals in high public office and homosexuality is a crime in Trinidad and Tobago, what the fire truck with is we really saying? And people has asked me, was my position or the PEP's position on homosexuality. We had a meeting and we said, our position up front, we do not think politics have any right discussing who you pray to and who you sleeping with at night. That's not our business. And I know that among my friends, there are people who will call down fire and brimstone, and they will quote the Bible, and then I steer them to Leviticus, the book of Numbers, and they realize how much sins they committed, and people will shut up. It's like the joke when the fellow tell the priest, he said, let me tell you something, I was in your church this morning, and I was damn vexed, because you start to talk the 10 commandments, and you reach, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not steal. And I remember I was in this church 2 days ago, and my umbrella went missing, and I was damn vexed. And it's only when you reach, thou shalt not commit adultery, that I remember where I left my umbrella. We have no business regulating who people sexing and not regulating the banking industry in Trinidad and Tobago. Plain talk. I know many people who are homosexuals and they are decent, law-abiding, nice people. I don't know how we end up in a country where that's an issue. Somebody tell me today, your crime plan is not a crime plan until you talk about marijuana. Listen, friend, I think marijuana for personal use needs to be regulated and decriminalized, but it can't be pelt out anything you want and spark up, because I understand that there are some strains of marijuana that are so strong it is triggering psychosis in people predisposed. Now you will tell me that there are people predisposed to this shit and that shit and the alcohol, and I'm saying yes, but we've been doing this stunting shit with alcohol for decades. The marijuana thing new, and then we don't get blindsided now. I know some of our ladies wake up in the morning and somebody posts on my Facebook, and I will never forget, I used to live above a guy who used to smoke weed and light incense, like the incense that throw you off, and somebody posts on Facebook, all that stuff that you're spraying on yourself, you're smelling like that, and weed. Stop it. Stop it. But with regards to the decriminalization of marijuana, we fully support it. Don't ask me about legalization yet, because I don't understand where we are. Cigarettes, decriminalized, but it's not legal. You can't grow your own and you can't roll your own. Alcohol is decriminalized, but it's not legal. You can't set up your own still and make your own alcohol. They will come and jail your ass. They will say it's an illegal cigarette trade. And illegal still, marijuana needs to be regulated. We need to make sure that the available, Jonathan Sergio is telling me not true. Those are just 2 words, Jonathan, and I'm sure if you count the amount of words I have used, there are a lot more than just 2. If you want to share information, feel free to send it. But if you check now with the health websites, you will see that there are many cases where, because of the strength of the marijuana grades, it is causing psychosis. And you go to St. Anne's Hospital, and they will show you all the people, because I am doing my research. I don't want to fly blind. I don't want to make decisions shooting from my hip like these stunting artists in office. I am saying again, nobody should be in jail for smoking weed. Nobody should be in jail for having marijuana for their personal use. I think we should have decriminalized that years ago. I also believe we should decriminalize it and grow it, because that is the #1 cash crop in California. And California has the 13th largest economy in the world, single-handedly, separate and apart from the rest of the United States. So obviously, marijuana has a value. Medicinal marijuana has a value. Let me get a piece of that action. By the time we, the descendants of NASA, get around to dealing with it, you would find that Monsanto own weed. That for you to have weed, grow weed and sell weed, you gotta pay Monsanto. That's what's going on, you know. It really is just about money. Gary Abu just sent me this. We're Kublai Singh people. We don't know where our priorities are. We can't finish one highway, but we starting another. We can't renew a lease for a boat, but we buying a new one. People losing jobs left and right, but we building a $7.5 million pool, and the list goes on and on. We don't have people to man a hospital already built, but we building 2 more. We have a South University unfinished. We can't find funds to complete it, but we finished Brian Lara Stadium. Wow, we're doing real good as a people. I like that the people are waking up and speaking up. Yeah? I'm loving it. I'm loving that. The people who say those, if you receive a message to upgrade to WhatsApp Gold, do not click. That it's a virus that is difficult and severe. I will click it for spite. Listen, stop sending me that kind of nonsense now. I don't take chances. Alright? So, going forward from here, and what Gary Abu just said was an absolute fact. But it's so much shit going on in this country. It is so much shit every single day that it is hard to keep track of what shit you're vexed with today. We was vexed about Asami, and then the girl get killed in her arms and they find her in a fridge, and then the little boy get throat cut, and then then the man dead on the hospital lawn, and then this next little boy get burned up in the car. It is so much shit. And then Keith Rowley just broke a record. His legacy, Keith Rowley murder count, 62 for 1, January. Nobody will ever come close to that again, Keith Rowley. You are large and in charge. You are now the greatest. Beat your chest, whiner boy. Call a state of emergency. Telegraph it 4 weeks down the road. So everybody who have the drums and the dirty money to move and the guns to stash, well, they have a heads up. All the corrupt police and all the criminals in any part of this country now know you're coming to enforce the law 4 to 6 weeks down the road. Miss me with your high sounding, high polluted, waste of time bullshit.
Your vote will decide our destiny. Your vote will decide what you want to be. Your vote can protect our country's fate. But use it well before it's too late. If it is that who you're voting,
fail beyond a doubt. When you're voting, what did Parliament give you? 2.5 years. What?
If it is they prove it to be
Only full amount.
when you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the time is now that
Change must come about.
just as how you vote them in,
Vote them out.
register and
Vote them out.
if they don't see,
Vote them out.
state your finger and
Vote them out.
show them no mercy. Vote them out with total scorn and
This is one thing we good
say,
at in our game.
let's put our country together again. Vote them out of power.
Dominate the reign.
Let's put our country together again.
This song was written 26 years old. How you feel? 26 years of $50-60 billion budget. That is $1,000 billion that we spend in this country. Trillions of dollars that have been wasted. Nothing to show for it but a set of overnight billionaires stumping their ass and pissing on your back and have you talking here and US.
If for 30 years you voting them in,
And it's only tears as soon as they win.
they give you big words
And enslave your soul, promising you roads
and giving potholes. If they are the reason why the economy goes sprout, when you're voting, vote them out.
vote them out.
If it is the passing laws
That them alone can flout.
when you're voting,
Vote them out.
vote them out. If it is the building eyesores,
East, west, north and south. Just as how you vote them in.
vote them out. Register and vote them out. Totally
Vote them out.
state your finger and
Vote them out.
rescue the country.
Vote them out.
Vote them.
Kid Rowley, I want to irate a thief. I was in a Progressive Empowerment Party National Security meeting yesterday. And this is how, and I showed Trinidad, but a progressive empowerment party government, you want to telegraph something? That the same day, Akash Samaru and Goldlily Bruce and the rest of them down on the port, because they have about 14 Coast Guard ships with different flags come here to do exercises and secure our border for the next 6 months while the maritime security wall is being built. Others flying up to Piaco because members of the New York City Police Department Internal Affairs have arrived, and their job is to clean up our police service, to identify the criminals and the rogues. That is what you call a good start. So the decent law-abiding police officers in the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service will be able to do their jobs unimpeded by the criminals in the ranks. And the guns that here will not be augmented by new guns and drugs coming in. So we will secure the borders and clean up the police service, and then the police that left, we will incentivize and motivate them. We will give them bonuses, $1,000 for every gun brought in to be destroyed. I want police making millions of dollars taking guns off the street. Who don't like that? Fire truck you, because you will stay back and work hard for a double time and a triple time. But for some reason, police can't get that too. Miss me with that bullshit. We will make the country work by giving everybody the same hope and the same opportunity. But when you wake up and you realize that crime no longer pays in Trinidad and Tobago, you'll be whining in the street. You wouldn't need one carnival. Every day would be carnival in Trinidad and Tobago. When all of a sudden you realize that your children don't have to cram for SEA, that at 10 and 11 years old determines and decides their entire life. What madness! Who is the jackass monkey mechanic who came up with that as a concept? Little 10 and 11-year-old children must decide their entire life before they even go through puberty. You see this nation mad? A progressive empowerment party government will abolish the SEA. That is child abuse. In fact, you should bring actions against every minister of finance that have ever held public office for misbehaving in public office and contributing to the delinquency of our minors. We must make sure that all schools are 10-year schools, zone schools, GPAs for the children. The GPAs for the children will monitor the performance of the teacher. The high-performing teachers will get bonuses at the end of every term. The teachers that are failing will get repurposed into some other profession. It is time we treated all avenues of this country's management with the respect that it deserves. Our people are supposed to be served by the public service. That is not what is happening now. That is not what happened under Kamala. That is not what happened under Manning. That is not what happened under Pandey. And if you're telling yourself that, you're lying. And if you're telling other people that, you're committing sin, because it is not true and it never was. Nothing has ever worked in this country. We have never had a good government. All we've had was stunted artists using your need, creating fake need, shock doctrine, causing problems that they could solve for profit. We need to stop that shit. And I want to tell you, it starts by facing the problem. It starts there. Don't vote for me. Fine, 41 independents, vote for them. Anything but the PNM and the UNC is good right now. And I'm telling you, the country is on life support. We're in serious trouble. When this jackass call a state of emergency, we're in trouble. The nation in trouble. He run out of ideas. Them run out of ideas long time, you know. They planned for the wedding. They had no clue about the marriage. That is what you could have seen it coming. But anyway, peptrinbago@gmail.com is our email address. peptt.com is our website. Pep app, P-E-P-A-P-P. That is our Pep app. It is available at all the app stores, free of charge. Download it, you get updates regularly. Tomorrow night, Thursday night, the entire Frontline show will be dedicated to national security. It will be simulcast on my wall and the Progressive Empowerment Party wall. I will be on it together with Deputy Political Leader and National Security Advisor Dilworth Braffett and Richard Blaze. And we will be, and moderator, PRO, Janice Leamon Cricky. All of a sudden, people starting to get to know the members of the PP, and it worrying them two stunted parties, because this is a one-man show. But it's not. It's a full, functional, built-out organization that is offering itself to you as a real option for a change. And it is time all of you got on board. Listen, this country is your country. Anybody that comes to serve, they're coming to serve you. The public service is the property of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Every check signed is signed in your name. It is time for us to undo and redo the stunting bullshit that passes for governance in this country. And that starts with you, your support, and your vote. We asked last night, we're still appealing, we need assistance, we need $36,000 to broadcast. You see, we're finishing the video, and when that video broadcasts, it will put an end to all the speculation about the size of the crowd. But let them talk, no problem, let them talk. If you can assist us, we are trying to raise $36,000. We've already started getting donations towards this. It's project financing for this. That is to broadcast the video, half-hour video, 4 times, which should give us the right amount of exposure for that rally, for all the people who never heard about the PP, whoever they are, they will know. $36,000. If you can help us with $100, $500, $1,000. If you want to write a check for the whole $36,000, Shari Wilson is our head of finance. Felicia Holder is our chairman. Satish Saran is part of the finance team. You could reach out to any of them and assist us, please. If you can't remember any of those things I told you, send me a private message. I will link you up with the right person. No problem at all. Until then, and until tomorrow night, Frontline, spread the word, there will be a graphic for you to share. National security, fixing and securing Trinidad and Tobago is the topic tomorrow on Frontline, simulcast. Tune in tomorrow, spread the word. And until tomorrow night, stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.